Hey, it's Joddie Taylor of SnackySays.com. Welcome back to my podcast. Today we are chatting about some of my recent faves. I think they're all fairly recent. We'll go through the list and see. I think I have about 5 to 7 for you of my faves. I love doing these and I should do them more often. I think this is only my third one. Podcast episode where I'm talking about my favorite things, some of my favorite things. Before we get into that, if you are a Joddie Substack subscriber and you're listening to this in early March, that means that last week you got an email from me saying hello and welcome. I expected there to be a preview so you would see the first few sentences. The hello and welcome email was for founding members. So basically what happened was, I'll just read you the first few sentences so it won't be a mystery anymore. Because if you got this email, you opened it and you only saw a picture with a graphic saying hello and welcome founding members. So what the preview I wanted you to see, if you're not a founding member is a paid subscriber who has an annual membership to my newsletter, the SnackySays Newsletter. In conjunction with this podcast, it is related. And it says, yay, thanks so much for being a paid subscriber and founding member of SnackySays, Joddie's Substack. This is an option that I had switched on but hadn't advertised. And you being your wonderful and generous self opted in, I am verklempt. So it's exactly what it sounds like. When I set up my Substack, I guess 2-3 months ago now, I had activated the option, but never advertised it, never talked about it, hadn't really fleshed it out. And lo and behold, I got some founding members. Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. So if you have that email and you'd like to help support my content creation here on Substack, meaning my podcast, my newsletter, my posts, stuff that I do, you can click on the bottom of that email and it'll say something like upgrade your subscription. Will it change your free subscription and the content that I create? Absolutely not. That is going to stay the same. I'm going to continue to create that content. If you're a founding member, and the difference being, well, let me go through the differences. So you have an option to pay monthly if you want to be a paid subscriber. And then you get subscriber-only content. And then the next option is annual. And there's like a 25% discount. Same thing, you get subscriber-only content. And I think let me pull it up so I'm not making things up here. You get subscriber-only content. You can post comments on that comment and join the community. That's the same for monthly and annual. And then the third difference is it's 25% cheaper than subscribing monthly. Founding member are the things I described a moment ago, plus I'm creating SnackySays merchandise that's going to launch later this year. I'm not sure about the exact date yet, and you'll get a 50% discount. So some folks clicked on this, and now I have founding members, yay! And this all happened in a span of 1 week. I don't know what I said or did, but thank you. So that's just context for subscribers. If you are just listening to this podcast and you've never heard of me before, welcome. My name is Joddie Taylor of SnackySays. I talk about whatever I want, which is mostly food, fitness, things that I find funny on the interwebs. Please do stick around. Welcome. All right. So I hope that explains things if you got that email. And if you didn't, again, take a look around my Substack. I'm going to put links to subscribe and to share this post, and you can go to my Substack and look around. So again, it's Joddie, SnackySays, Substack. Okay, let's get into this week's episode. I'm chatting about my fave things, some recent fave things. As usual, not in order of importance. Number 1. Tony Moly face mask. So I got these from Ulta Beauty. You can get them, I'm sure, anywhere. I've tried a bunch of different brands in the past, but it's been years since I wore a face mask. I don't know why. Man, I put this on and my skin was glowing. Okay, glowing. I'm back. I'm back to face mask. This was Tony Moly I'm Coffee, and I also purchased I'm Red Wine. I haven't tried that one yet, but I can 150% recommend I'm Coffee. I'm going to put a link in the show notes for these face masks. And again, I got them at Ulta Beauty, but you can get them anywhere, I'm pretty sure. I will say a little note on me and shopping. I use 2 apps when I'm shopping. I use the extensions on my laptop, Rakuten, which used to be Ebates, and Fetch Rewards. And no, Rakuten, which used to be Ebates, and Honey. I'll get to Fetch Rewards in a second. So how do I use these apps and why am I talking about it? Because I like to save money and maybe you do too. So with Rakuten, when I shop on Ulta Beauty, it literally changes day to day. So sometimes I'll get 5% cash back. Sometimes it's 10%. Sometimes it's 1%. But I always activate it because every mickle make a muckle. Money is money, right? Now, you don't get that cash back right away. They send out checks every, I think, 3 or 4 months, and you have to accumulate it at least $5 cash back. Now, depending on what you're buying, you can get hundreds of dollars cash back every few months, or it'll be $6. It totally depends, but I get a kick out of it. So Honey, what Honey does, it's similar to Rakuten. I've actually never gotten cash. It's not cash back, but it alerts you, and so does Rakuten, but it alerts you if there's another store with a cheaper price, or you can set up a price drop alert. So they'll let you know, like, hey, this is $50, and you can set it up, and we'll let you know when it's 5% less, or 10% off, or 20% off. So I always set these things up. I'll give you an example. The other day, I bought a screen protector for my iPad. Yay! I'll talk about that in another episode, but because I can't say it's my fave. I haven't used it yet. It's literally still on the way. So I bought it. I totally forgot that I set up a price drop on it, paid $25 for it. It's on its way. And the next day I get a price drop email. It's now 25% off. So I got it from Best Buy. I wrote Best Buy with their customer service chat, and I got like $6 back. So I wouldn't have ever known. I wouldn't have gone back to the website to see like, oh, was it on sale now? So that's how I use those 2 things. Fetch Rewards, I use digitally and scanning paper receipts, and I get points. So those points accumulate over time, and sometimes I get like a whole bunch of bonus points, again, depending on what's going on, like Dove, which I really cannot stand the smell of. I don't know why I picked that, but let's say it's Dove. Maybe you'll get 1,000 points if you buy a Dove product. Those points translate into dollars, really gift cards, so you can get like an Adidas gift card. I got a $5 Adidas gift card, which I used for our next item, my next fave, or towards it. So anyway, I'll put links to all this stuff, but these are 3 things that I use when I'm shopping. They're not going to make you rich. You're not, again, unless you're buying something that's thousands of dollars. I don't usually get like a lot of money, but I get a kick out of it. I like coupon hunting. Okay, next fave is Adicolor Classics 3 Stripes Tights. That's the name of some workout pants I got a few weeks ago. I really love them. They're super comfortable. I think you can wear them. Obviously, not necessarily obviously, but I wear them for working out. But I could see me wearing them on a travel day, like just to hang out. They're super, super cozy, and I dare say you could probably dress them up a little bit. I don't know if you could like wear them to brunch, but you're not going to look like a slouch in these. They come in about 4 different colors. They also come in plus size. What else did I want to say about them? Oh, I usually get spandexy workout leggings, and these are definitely more on the cotton side. So be prepared for lint, which I was not prepared for because I guess I haven't really had cottony workout leggings before. And these are full length, by the way. So just something to be aware of. I like them so much that I think I'm positive. I'm going to get 2 more. Like I'm going to have one like just to wear out and a couple to work out in. So I used a $5 gift card that I got from all my points from Fetch Rewards. I put it towards Adidas, so I got $5 off. I bought 2 or 3 other things that I'm not going to talk about because they're not my faves. They're not awful, but they're not my faves, so I'm not going to mention them or put any links to them. I got these leggings. I keep calling them leggings, but they're listed as tights for $15. They were on sale, plus I had a gift card, and they were like on super sale. But anyway, now they're $40, but trust me, Adidas has sales all the time. I got these from Adidas.com, but they might be available elsewhere online. All right, next is KaisaFit Dumbbell Strength Challenge, which I mentioned in the February 2023 newsletter. Man, I loved this challenge. I literally just finished it today, and let me tell you why I love it. So it focuses on your conditioning and getting you stronger and faster. Not advertised here, but what it did for me in 4 weeks was significantly improve my mobility. I think he mentions in the description, the instructor is Luka, Luka. I think he mentions improved joint health. So maybe that's what's going on with me. I highly recommend this class. I cannot remember the last time, if ever, that I was able to stick to something that was 3 times a week. So the dumbbell portion is 3 times a week. This is a 6 or 7 day calendar, but I have other things going on workout wise. I'm doing Millionaire Hoy. I have other plans. And so I knew I chose not to, let's put it that way. I chose not to do two sets of challenges, like the full thing. So I did every day I worked out more or less, but I didn't do the KaisaFit every day. I just did it 3 times a week. The other portion of the KaisaFit Dumbbell Strength Challenge is mobility, which I didn't do. So I can only imagine what tip-top shape I'd be in if I had done the whole calendar. I might circle back and do this whole thing. So if you're interested in doing this, I have a couple of notes for you. Number 1, there is no cool down. He does have a warm up, and I think it's a pretty good warm up, but no cool down. So you can find cool down videos on YouTube. I think in my 5-minute playlist, which I'll put in the show notes, there should be, if there aren't cool downs in there, I will add some. There are a bunch of 5-10 minute cool downs you can find on YouTube. There are no on-screen modifications. I love modifications. I'm always looking for modifications. There aren't any, but know yourself. Like if you're like me and you have tight shoulders, you might not want to follow exactly what he's doing. Do what's within your capability and your strength. Like some days I was just tired, or is my shirt on backwards? It sure is. I was wondering, why does this shirt feel so weird? I kept adjusting it. Okay. All right. So anyway, some days I was just tired, and so I had to modify things. So do your own modification if needs be. The other thing is I would sometimes start out with a heavy weight and then go lighter, or start lighter and be like, yo, this is too light, and go heavy. But he does, as the time progresses, you'll see the same movements. So you'll find your sweet spot with the weights. I generally listen to music when I work out. With these, I didn't always listen to music or turn the music down because he had some really good tips and tricks and motivation. So is that all I wanted to say about that? I think so. Let's do 2 more, and I think I have a few here, but I think I'll save them for another favorites episode. Okay, next up, I have a phone screen protector on my smartphone that I want to highly recommend. I don't know what it is with me and this phone. I've dropped it so many times I can't count. If it wasn't for this screen protector, it's called the LK tempered glass phone screen protector, I would have had to replace this phone several times over. Let me tell you something. One time I dropped it, and as usual, whenever I smash my phone, it is not from a great height. It's like the 2-inch fall. Smashed the phone, and I had called Google and everything, like, yo, send me a box, I gotta replace it. And you know what it was? It took me a few days to realize it was the screen protector. It had like shattered because it's like glass, and I thought it was the glass. And as I was getting ready to send it back, I don't know, like for some reason I like touched it, like the way I touched it, it started to come off and I was like, oh my God. Anyway, I'm on only my second box because 3 come in a box. I'm only on my second box in 3 years and I really should replace this phone at some point. But whatever phone I get next, I'm going to get this same brand. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. And it comes with an instruction video too. Okay, so I said I would do one more and save the rest for another time. So okay, yeah, let's do one more. I want to talk about the red cabbage vinegar salad from Hanako's, I think it's Hanako's Kitchen. I've mentioned her before in, I think it was the September 2022 SnackySays Newsletter, where I was talking about like bento box videos. I love bento box videos. So here, this red cabbage vinegar salad looked really yummy. I made changes. So she used, and the video I'm gonna put not the clip, but when you click on the video, it'll start with the red cabbage salad. You don't have to watch the whole thing. It's at 9 minutes, 15 seconds. So she used apple cider vinegar, honey, and olive oil, and maybe something else. I tweaked it because I didn't have red cabbage. I used red onions, I think because I had the color in mind, and green cabbage, and I changed the measurements. So I don't know exactly how much cabbage she used. I don't know if she said, but I used 2 cups of cut up cabbage or shredded cabbage. And instead of a tablespoon each of the condiments, I listed extra virgin olive oil, honey, and vinegar. I used rice vinegar. I used teaspoons for each thing. Is it as yummy as having a tablespoon of honey? No, don't be ridiculous, but needs must. I'm in a cut, which is a story for another time, so I can't be eating like a tablespoon of honey. All right, there was something else I wanted to mention. This isn't a favorite, but an update. Earlier this year, I was talking about Popeye's Flounder fish sandwich. I was so looking forward to it. My twin brother and I were like, yay, we're going to go get some Popeye's Flounder fish sandwiches. Yay, we're going to get them tomorrow. And because I am in a cut, which is... It's a little wobbly. I had a couple of days this week where I did not exactly cut my calories. Again, story for another time. But anyway, because I'm in a cut, I was like, let me plan ahead with this fish sandwich and look up the details so I can put it in my fitness plan so I can plan what I'm eating tomorrow because we're going to get it the next day. So I go. So first of all, this Sammy is 681 calories. We haven't even gotten to the fries, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna eat it and I'm gonna get the fries too. Whatever. I'm just gonna put it in. But there was like a little symbol or something. Something made me scroll down, and there was a sodium warning. One of these sandwiches, again, before we even get to the fries, one of these sandwiches was over the daily allowance of sodium. So let's say you're supposed to eat 2,000 milligrams. I feel like it's a little bit higher than that. But anyway, the sandwich was over that amount. And I was like, no, absolutely not. You know, it's like that short story. I think it's called Those Who Walk Away from Omelas. Once you know, you know. Like, yes, in the past, I ate 3 or 4. Okay, it was like 4 of those Sammys. But now that I know, I just can't do it. So I still think they taste really, really good. But... That's a lot of sodium. All right, that's the update. I'll save the other stuff I wanted to chat about for a future episode of my favorites. And other things coming up on the podcast, I want to do an episode about sizing being for the birds, what a nightmare sizing charts are. And maybe they've always been, but I'm finding it more and more frustrating. Just sizing in general, you know, like if I wear size medium, I can pick 5 shirts. They all say medium and just line them up, and they're different sizes. Drives me crazy. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was subscriptions and paying for things annually. And I'm gonna do another faves. Yeah, I have a couple of things that I'm working on. Actually, a whole list. Oh, the other thing, I'm going to talk a little bit about shopping because I had things, I don't know if this happens to you, that I always say that I need or I want, And it just seems like I was buying everything else. Not that I was shopping all the time, but I was never getting things that I said I really wanted, Like, that joke? Well, it's not really a joke, but there are things you say you want to do. Like, oh, I want to go to Timbuktu. And let's say a trip to Timbuktu cost $1,000. I'm making it up. And then you look at your credit card receipts for the last year. And there's way over $1,000 that you spent, yet there's no ticket, to Timbuktu. All right, I'm really going to end here. Thank you for listening. I think this might be one of the longer podcast episodes I've ever done. So I'll end here. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. You could be doing anything, but you're taking time to listen to me. I appreciate you. This is Joddie Taylor of SnackySays. Take care.